Hey guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to be talking about the MK Ultra beta sexual programming. But before I get into that, I wanted to clear up a few things. So when I say sex worker, sex industry, I'm kind of just encapsulating all of the jobs. So that's stripper, webcam girl, other exotic entertainer, burlesque, escort. I'm pretty much just putting that all in one category when I say sex worker. So I think a lot of people get confused when I say that and automatically assume prostitute. Because I know that's one of the things that was said about me in my targeting campaign, along with other things. Like I was racist and homophobic and what else? A child molester and just all these horrible things. Basically anything bad that you could say about somebody that would cause a whole entire community to want to stalk and harass them. And let's just say, okay, I'll give you prostitute. Because of the nature of my business, I am not a prostitute, but my business treads a fine line. I do events, we do boat parties, birthday parties, bachelor parties, basically any kind of party, but it's on the adult side of things. So sometimes we go to parties and there's other women there. I'm in Miami, so the Latin culture, they don't mind having strippers at their parties. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up. I know it is a fine line, and I know it's not really the most, hey, job, okay, I get it, but it's not an escort agency. So you can stop calling me every week and asking me if we give blowjobs, because no, we don't. So now that I cleared that up, I do believe that that is a major part of my targeting, is the fact that I do run this agency, because there are people out there that do not want other entertainers getting the idea of opening up their own agency. So what happens is, when you do start your own agency or you are working for one of these agencies, I do believe that your name is given to the police, because I think that the agencies work, whether it's an escort agency, whatever kind of agency it is, I do believe that the agencies work with the police to kind of keep the monarch under control. So what I mean by that is, say someone, Stacy goes to work for an agency, okay? The agency then gives the name of Stacy to the police. They find out her address, everything. They put her on a community watch list. Now, when she's on the community watch list, they're gonna tell these neighbors horrible things about her. Oh, you gotta watch her. She does this, and this. Well, obviously, the neighbors are gonna be like looking at her like, okay, not really sure if it's true or not, but she's gonna get a lot of weird looks, dirty looks. So this is going to create anxiety for somebody, because you're not knowing why somebody is looking at you that way. So you're getting these dirty looks from people in your community, and that creates anxiety. So this is why a lot of strippers have anxiety. I do feel that when a community finds out that you are a stripper, you are put on some sort of watch list, because let's be honest, strippers don't have the best reputation, but there are some strippers that are out there that are just trying to make their way and go to school and mind their own business. So I do believe that happens with those agencies, because what happens when somebody's anxious and doesn't want to go out anymore? Well, then they're sitting at their house watching Grey's Anatomy, laying in bed and just waiting for work from that agency. And that's how these agencies control these girls, whether it be escort, what I do in the entertainment industry. There's just ways that they go about control, and that is one of them. And it's really unfortunate that they do this, because And you can't act like police aren't all about escorts and strippers. Police love strippers. Let me tell you, my bank account would beg to differ that police have a problem with entertainers. So the fact that this is happening and strippers are being targeted and watched in community circles is not really right unless they've done something wrong. And that is what this program is designed to do, is to make the person anxious, make the person just act out of sorts and get a reaction that warrants them to keep running this program on them. So that's how that works. So I do feel that you're supposed to do something. They want you to commit a crime, so then it gives them a reason to watch you even further, you know, because this is psychological harassment, okay? So this is just my theory on the whole thing. There's other targeted individuals out there that are not strippers, obviously. So you get a targeted individual and they are harassing this person day in and day out, bringing up their past, you know, just chipping away at them. So what happens if this person is in the MK Ultra Delta, which is in the Assassin, where they're programming them guns and things like that? They're gonna snap. And what are they gonna do? They're gonna go shoot up a school, or they're going to shoot up a synagogue. How do you think that this stuff is happening? They are pushing these people to do this because the agenda wants us to get rid of guns. They want gun control. They don't want people having guns because they don't want people to be able to protect themselves. Also, I think that this is done for race wars. I think that this is done to pit people against each other. These people that are calling the cops on black people for supposedly just barbecuing and doing nothing, I don't think that's the case. I think that the people, maybe the woman in Starbucks, has been conditioned to see these people over and over again. So when the guys come into Starbucks and they're just sitting there not ordering a drink, she calls the cops. And it really is logical if you think about it. Because if you're seeing somebody, if you're conditioned to see them, and then they're doing something like following at your work, yeah, you probably would. I mean, I wouldn't, but a person probably would call the cops if they're seeing this individual over and over again. And that also plays into the agenda as well. They do not want black and white, you know, getting together, because if we do, that's not good for them. I had an experience like this. I live in an apartment that's adjacent to another building, and the guy across from me, he's a photographer, nice guy, and have never had a problem, but I know what's happening to me in my community. So I'm a little bit like, you know, weary of people. He had a camera out at 11 o'clock at night. And I asked him, I was like, hey, what are you doing with the camera? And he kind of got like a little bit defensive. And I was like, it was just a really bad situation. And he had said to me, he was like, oh, what are you going to do? Call the cops on me? That seems to be an epidemic these days. Meaning because I'm white and he's doing something that he's not really doing anything wrong, but that was never a thought in my mind to call the police. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is getting people on edge, making people not trust each other. This is the dystopian society that George Orwell was talking about. And I mean, I just wanted to scream across the balcony, I'm not racist, you know, you just can't do that. But I could tell that he was very upset with me, and I was upset a little bit, taken aback by his reaction to me just asking. So I think that definitely plays some type of role in it. They want people to snap. They want people to commit heinous, stupid crimes so they can get rid of guns, gun control. They want races pitted against each other. This is part of the agenda. And how did I get that from just being a stripper in Miami? I don't know. Things just keep happening. Dreams, stuff like that. So you can think that it doesn't make sense, but it makes every bit of sense in the world, you know. And then they told people that I was a drug addict. I need to be watched because, you know, I do so much cocaine. I know police officers, lawyers, doctors that are face first in a pile below every weekend, okay? So don't even give me that. And some of the people that are recruited in this program as perpetrators are worse than the target that they're watching, if not the same or worse than them. So this whole thing is garbage. It needs to be stopped. And I don't know what else to say about it, but that. So I said my piece. I hope everybody has a good day. God bless.